right. It always is my luck. I am the one that gets pulled out for whatever reason.
Really?
It's
Can you
happened.
give a couple of reasons?
Yeah, you can think of a few. Huh? Valid passport. We just talked about that, but you just need a valid passport. Now, here is where we start talking about the price. Once you sign up, and again, on Friday, we'll actually be giving out just little forms telling kids, hey, you're in. You know, please sign up as soon as you can. And I'll talk about this in a second, but you've got to realize once you're signed up, it's locked in. They can't change the price on you, which is great. However, airlines change the price on EF all the time. If the price drops, which I've only seen happen once, all right, if the price drops, EF gives you money back. I've seen it happen, so I know it happens. If the price goes up, EF doesn't ask you for any more. Okay? So once you're locked in, you're in. Nothing changes. It doesn't fluctuate. And if you're going to go on a payment plan, it doesn't fluctuate. It's not like a car payment or anything like that. It just stays. Okay? So as they say, prices will go up the first of every month. Possibly. They just want you to know that they will, so you can expect it, but it's not necessary. I mean, our price went up. When we initiated the trip 4 months ago, it went up once, and that was 4 months. And otherwise, it stayed the same. Okay, so you kind of, play with that if you want. And you'll be all locked in. All right, this is basically, we're going to go over our tour. This is it. You'll see this little dotted line. Part of our tour, we're not actually going to London. Okay, it might be something that once the group is set, if we want to discuss it, it is an extension. It is more money, of course. I think it's 2 days in London, which is a pretty cool city, but, again, it's more money. But we are going to go, we actually go in kind of a loop. We start in Paris, go up to Normandy, out to St. Malo, Mount St. Michel, and then back to Paris. So it's a nice loop. All right, we don't have to backtrack. That always drives me nuts when I travel. But so the kids are going to be able to see a lot of northern France. All right, that's the itinerary. If you've probably, you all probably have it in front of you by now. It's pretty fast. I mean, we're doing a lot of stuff in 9 days. If you want like the whole proverbial bang for your buck, you're going to get it. The kids are moving as soon as we get into Paris. Okay? I cannot express to you enough how important it is for you and any children that might be in here, or children you might talk to when you get home, to understand you are moving. Okay? It can be exhausting. But you're going to take a lot of guided tours. The kids sometimes will get into the guided tours and be like, oh, I just want to break out. I want to do something. Well, you're going to have time to do it. You're going to have more than enough time to do that. It's one thing EF does really well is they kind of give you the lay of the land and then say, okay, what do you want to see? Go ahead. So they'll do a lot of that, and we will have those opportunities. But I want to tell you up front, your child will never be that far from me personally. And as your kids might tell you, I am like a nervous, my mother would call me Nervous Nelly. All right, I don't want to lose anybody. All right? And I always expect that everybody is irresponsible. Okay? So, just want you to know. And I know Mr. S likes to keep a tight lid on things. So, that's the basic rundown. This is kind of probably the most important things to a lot of people. Student price. The price of the tour literally is $28.71. That price is pretty solid. Again, it might fluctuate a little bit because fees will go up. But the monthly payment, if you were to get in as soon as we tell you can, which at the soonest would be Friday, is $180. You save $200 if you register by the 14th. So you're going to have about a window of a week. If you really want your kid to go, and we say it's, great, sign up, they're going to have a window of a week to get in at a much cheaper price. Now, is there going to be incentives in the future? Like, is there going to be $100 off? That's honestly what they tend to do. Is they'll say, well, if you're 400 days out, which we're about 400 days out, you can save $200. Hey, early entrance, woo! And then they go, okay, well, you can still save $100. All right, but nothing will ever be better than this. The adult supplement, for any adults that might want to go, it's an additional $335. If you are an adult that definitely wants to go, talk to us so we can make sure that we're doing what's best. Trip-wise, it's usually not an issue. We just like to know before adults sign up. But basically, that $335, your room situation's different. The kids will be in probably doubles or triples. Adults tend to be in singles or doubles. So that's really where the fee comes in. It's not like your seat on the plane's more expensive or anything like that. But they just treat the adults with a little more respect with the whole idea of space. All right, and also you can get automatic deductions each month, and of course there's no late fees. Okay, it's the set price. It is what it is. And we had kids last year that didn't pay for like 6 months, and then just paid in giant lump sums. They called the company and said, "This is what we're going to do," and they did it. All right, now how do you enroll? When we give the okay, the easiest way to enroll is right on the tour website. You just end up clicking on enroll on this tour and hit the button. If you want the paper enrollment, if you want to send a check in the mail kind of thing, I have those things. We have those things. You can definitely have those. That's totally fine. I don't like always putting my credit card information into a website either. So that would be the easiest and fastest way. As I've already mentioned, I know Mama Galuch, did Katie have an issue enrolling? No. So it's pretty, I've never enrolled this way, so it's a pretty easy process, I would think.
Yeah, it's very easy.
Okay. Does anybody have, it says add date, because we haven't really set a date. Does anybody have any questions? Okay, hold on. Make sure there's